Hey, this is Scare Talk. I am Danny, and I'm here. I'm here with Computer Katrina.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, and we've got Jetson Joel.
Oh, nice.
Hey guys, what's up?
Yeah.
Jetsons from the future.
All right, so we are here to talk about a brand new film, Subservience.
Yes.
So this one we actually got a screener for, so thank you for that. And we will do our best to review it. So Joel, can you tell us who is a part of it?
I think I can do that. So this one stars Megan Fox. She is in the first 3 Transformers movies, Jennifer's Body, and 15 episodes of New Girl, and Expendables 4.
No, that's right. She wasn't
in that.
She was like one of the main characters, actually.
Yeah.
Not Sylvester Stallone.
Hey, spoilers for. Then we've got I don't know if it's Michelle Marone. He's Nick. It's the male version of Michelle with one L. So Michelle, yeah. He was in a trilogy of Netflix movies called 365 Days. I don't know.
Okay.
8 episodes of The Trial and Duetto. I think he's more of a Spanish actor than because I think the 365 Days are like also in Spanish.
Yeah.
We got Madeline Zima. We know her from Californication. She was in 28 episodes of that, and 145 episodes of The Nanny. She's a little girl in that show. And The Hand That Rocks the Cradle.
So
she was a little girl in that movie. She was born in 90 or 92 or something like that, or earlier.
Who does she play?
Quite a movie, yeah.
Who does she play in this one? The wife?
She's the wife, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. This was written by April McGuire, who did a short called Dare and a short called #Zombie.
Oh, yeah.
Got out the hashtags in there.
Yeah.
And then it was also written by Will Honley, who wrote Bloodline, which we did watch.
Wait, Bloodline Killer? Or Bloodline?
Oh, no. Yeah, it's just Bloodline. Never mind.
Okay.
Sorry. Yeah. That was a different one. And Escape Room Tournament of Champions, which it was a sequel to Escape Room.
Is that what it was called? Tournament of Champions?
Tournament of Champions, yeah.
I remember.
I kind of like that one.
Yeah, that was
pretty
decent.
fun.
I don't know if we reviewed those movies yet.
No.
And Blood.
Okay.
So he's done Bloodline. This was directed by S.K. Dale, who directed Till Death, which is also a Megan Fox movie that came out a year ago.
Yeah, that was pretty decent.
Tommy, which was a short, and The Coat Maker, which is also a short. So
The Coat Maker.
Coat Maker. So Till Death, I mean, yeah, as far as feature-length movies, this and Till Death, which are both Megan Fox movies, he's only, or he or she, I don't know who SK is, directed. So,
yeah.
Who was it that sent us the
Strike Media, I think is the name. So yeah, thanks to them we got to see this one. It was not showing in any theaters. I think it was a limited theater run.
Yeah,
and just on demand you can rent it or buy it. All right, so the synopsis. This movie follows a struggling father who purchases a domestic sim to help care for his house and family. Unaware, she will gain awareness and turn deadly.
Oh man, that really gave it away.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's obvious.
For the trailer gave it away too.
I didn't see the trailer.
I haven't
either.
You
were wondering, in case you were wondering, subservience means to the willingness to obey others unquestioningly.
Yes.
There you go. Okay, so Katrina, can you give us the scores for the audience and the critics for this one?
Yeah. So Rotten Tomatoes, they weren't a huge fan. They gave it a 50%. It's rotten on their tomato meter.
All right.
But the audience liked it a little bit more. They gave it a 64%. So it's a full bucket of popcorn.
All right.
The popcorn meter. But then IMDb sticks with the critics. They're at 5 out of 10.
5.0?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
5 out of 10.
Okay. Usually there's like a decimal with
Okay.
IMDb. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
IMDb has a 5.
Okay.
And then as far as Google, they're at a 3.9.
All right. Out of 5. That's pretty good.
Yeah. Pretty
Yeah, they're
good
all
on
over the
Google.
place.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it still seems as if like audience has kind of a higher opinion of this movie versus the
Yeah. I could see that for sure. I wouldn't say critics will love this movie. It's just more kind of for fun.
Mm-hmm.
You know, not anything profound going on here.
Critics don't watch movies for fun. Ridiculous.
Yeah. So, of course, we're going to stay away from spoilers during this portion of the review. Before we get into it, make sure to go like and subscribe to our channel. Like this video, comment, share, send us a message if you want us to review something specific. And go to patreon.com/scaretalk to get 7 days free of our content. We just put up the top 5 trilogies in horror. So each of us gave 5 of our favorites along with some honorable mentions, and that's only on Patreon. So if you want to watch that one, then go there, sign up, 7 days free. And you'll get all the spoilers for all the episodes that we have done this year. All right, let's get into it. So, what were you guys kind of thinking going into this? Because we, didn't really see much hype for this one. I think I had heard about it, but didn't really. I mean, I knew that Megan Fox was like a robot or, an AI being. But that's really all I knew about it. So,
yeah. Joel, say what you were thinking.
Okay. That's really much what I was like. I never watched a trailer for it. I never saw one that was like online. I never really like looked for it though, but usually trailers, if they're like big movies, will just like come to you. So it's this one didn't do that. And I knew Megan Fox was in it. I had heard about it, but I didn't know anything beyond that. And I knew she was a robot also.
Yeah, there was something that you had heard and that you had shared with us that made me think, oh gosh, what are we about to get into? Do you remember what you said you thought you heard it was?
I don't. That she was, I think I had heard that she was like a sex robot.
Yeah.
Or something.
Yeah. So I was like, what the heck are we getting into?
It's
not too crazy of a thing to think. To say about this movie. So we'll just leave it at that.
Yeah. No, I had heard that, but like I didn't know how far they were gonna take that part.
Yeah. Yeah. So that was all I knew of the movie. I had never heard of this. I had never heard of anything until Danny told us about, someone asking us to review it. And he told me what it was, that it was with Megan Fox and it was about robots or whatever. And then then Joel said that, and I'm like, okay, what are you having us watch? Like, so I didn't know what to think going into it.
It's actually a porn that we watched.
Yeah. I'm like, okay. It's like called Subservience, so you're like, okay, what is gonna happen here? But we had just gotten another AI type movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And so I was like, okay, this will be cool to see like another version.
Yeah.
Which
we never reviewed, called
we didn't
Afraid.
Review, but we will talk about.
Yeah, we were afraid to.
Yeah, we were pretty afraid to review it.
It was one of those just forgettable Blumhouse films that we get so often these days.
Yeah.
So for me, I had heard about it. But
so you had heard about it before?
Yeah, I had heard of it. I think I saw like some post or something, and I knew that she was like an AI, but I didn't know anything else.
Did you ever watch any trailers?
I don't think I did. No. So I didn't have very high expectations. Being that it wasn't going to be in theaters. We're doing a lot of these AI things, and I'm like kind of over it already. And after seeing Afraid, I was definitely not too hyped on another similar type film. So that's kind of how I went into it.
Yeah, I agree with like after seeing Afraid, I was like pretty excited for Afraid.
You were. I don't know why.
I don't know. I saw the trailer, and the trailer, like I was like, oh, this is gonna be cool. Like I don't know. I just really thought that.
Yeah. Well, and you were super excited for Megan too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe you like these kind of movies.
I guess so. But
I mean, there was something about Afraid, the trailer for it, that kind of got me interested too. It felt like the machine, whatever, was like taking over the parents' jobs, and like, it was going down a road that it was saying like, you want to meet my friends? Like it had some mystery to it.
Yeah.
That I was really hoping was going to go a different way.
Yeah. It seemed like, this is going to get friends. Scary, and and it like, I don't know. I feel like it had really good potential. The story, the idea, and the story of it and everything really did have good potential. I think it would have been a good movie if they had done it as an R-rated movie. And if it, I mean, we're not reviewing that right now, but it was just so much of it went wrong.
The people that gave us the screeners were like, let's get on with Subservience.
This one was much better.
But that's the thing, is like going into this, I was like, okay, like, okay, I guess we'll watch this. But I really didn't have high hopes after Afraid. And then like watching it, I was like, okay, this is the one that should have been in theater. And Afraid should have been the one that was on the back burner.
Yeah.
And
this isn't Blumhouse though, so
I know.
They're not going to get the backing, like.
Yeah. But this is definitely like, if you want to watch like an AI horror movie, I would definitely recommend this one over Afraid.
Yeah.
So,
I agree.
Yeah.
I liked the characters in this. I thought that they had some different like levels to them, the dynamic between the guy, his wife, and what was her name? Megan Fox in the movie. I don't remember. She got a name. The daughter named her. But all three of them, like, the dad, the mom, and AI Megan Fox. Their dynamic was really interesting. Alice, that's right. Really interesting, and kind of almost like more of a drama, I guess you would say. But then things kind of get, go wild and like go really wild.
Mm-hmm.
It gets like really crazy toward the end.
Yeah.
But not in a bad way though. Like I feel like it could have went really crazy in just too much of a sci-fi direction. But it went just far enough to still keep me engaged.
It was like a Terminator ending.
Yeah, yeah, it kind of felt like that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And but it didn't go too far. It kept me engaged, and I, overall, I enjoyed it. There's, a couple things that maybe I would do differently or could have been better, but I'd say it's like an above average film.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you guys think, Joel?
That's how I feel. That's how I feel too. I pleasantly was surprised by this movie. I think Megan Fox did a great job, like acting like a robot, like how her head movements were every once in a while, like just like kind of jerky movements, and she did a great job. A lot of people always, like, even from her Transformer days, like always hated on her acting and stuff. I never had a problem with her as an actress at all, and I think she did a great job with this movie, along with the other actors as well. And yeah, I don't know what the budget was for this movie, but it didn't feel like a low budget movie.
No,
it felt like it could have been in theaters. Like, honestly, I think I kind of like this one more than Megan, and I kind of liked Megan last year. Definitely better than Afraid. That's just no no possibility of that one being better. But yeah, so I'm looking forward to whatever they do next, because I haven't seen Till Death, but I did hear it was pretty good too. So
yeah, that was pretty good.
You watched it?
Yeah, I saw it. Just watched it on my phone one day. I think when I was waiting for the kids at church or something. She plays just a woman who her house gets broken into, and they're like looking for something that her ex-husband had in the house or something. So it's more of like a thriller type movie, but it's pretty good. I thought it was good. And I feel like she did a good job in this, and then at other times I felt like she was too human-like.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say too.
Yeah,
is there were times that I think that the times that she did pull off the robotic look were really good. When she did pull it off, when she did do that kind of robotic movements and the kind of robotic speech or whatever, was really good.
Yeah, and like her facial expressions
and
stuff.
But then when
she was blinking.
And when she didn't, it was very evident. It was very human like. And that's probably my only negative, I would say. Like, my biggest negative is I noticed the exact same thing.
I would say another negative, which we can get deeper into in the spoilers. There's something that happens in the movie that is like really a turn in more of a sinister direction, but it's never brought up again. Like something happens and it's like, oh my gosh, like how did this happen? And like, what's going on? And then we don't talk about it anymore in the next scene. And then for the rest of the movie. So we'll talk about that in spoilers. But I felt like the guy was he did a really good job playing a person who has a lot of family struggles and how he's trying to cope with it and how he makes certain decisions that are not good, but he showed a lot of emotion and regret. And like, it wasn't just like, I thought it was kind of going to be like, okay, now he's just a bad dude. And it's just, he's completely changed and now he's a different person. but it felt more realistic,
Mm-hmm.
as to how a person would respond to this situation. So he remained likable to a certain degree.
Yeah, which I think is credit to both the acting and the writing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was good acting overall.
Yeah. And Megan Fox, her character and what she does at certain times in the film makes sense for her mission.
Yes. Yes.
So,
I love it.
Yeah.
And I love how she describes it.
Yeah. Yeah. The writing is very good.
Yeah.
The way that they wrote her lines was smart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so it made me laugh a few times because of how direct she is with her mission.
Yeah. Hey, she's not sugarcoating anything. She's an AI. She doesn't have that ability.
Yeah, she can't lie. She's just saying the truth about what she's trying to accomplish.
And there was a certain part where they were able to explain why she shifted in a way that she shouldn't have shifted. And I love that they had that explanation for it.
Yeah.
And I think that explanation was viable, I don't know if it's like all buyable, but
reasonable.
Yeah.
So overall, I think all three of us enjoyed this one.
Yeah.
Pretty good movie. Maybe a little bit of a issue with it, but it was a surprise. I think for all of us that it was as good as it was. So let's go ahead and rate it, and then we'll get into spoilers.
This is how you make an R-rated AI gone bad type movie.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're gonna do it, you gotta just do it. Like if you're gonna make a, it's basically, it just. I think
that was
AI
the biggest thing with Megan. That's what held Megan back. And Afraid. They were both PG-13.
And then they released like the quote unquote unrated cut of Megan, and it was like barely nothing. There was like one scene of blood. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
They hyped that up like, man, we filmed this, completely different movie, and we had to cut it back for PG-13. No, you didn't. I mean, maybe you did, but you didn't include any of that stuff.
You didn't cut a whole lot out of that. I enjoyed this one. I could see myself watching this one again at some point. So I'm going to give this, because it is an above average movie for sure. Just like everything, like, production value, acting, story, everything about it is above average. I'm going to give this an 82.
All right.
Okay.
Solid. Do you want to go next?
You can go.
Okay. I'll give it an 80.
Okay.
All right, that was it.
What's your score?
You didn't get the score yet. What
I know, but I thought you were gonna say something.
That's it.
Like,
okay, well, that's it. Let's wrap.
Okay.
It's an 80.
In my head, I was actually also going for 80.
Okay.
I was trying to decide if it would be more than 80. Because I really did like this movie. The only thing that would make me probably not watch it again is, and no, I would watch it again. There were certain parts that was like, oh man, this is uncomfortable to see. And so it was like,
and how does that work?
Wait,
I mean, if we're talking about what I think we're talking about.
That's one of the parts that we're talking about. But like part of, I think, what made it uncomfortable to watch was because you really did get the feeling from the husband. You really did. There was so much feeling in the movie. And so I don't want to take away from that.
Yeah.
Which then that's why I was kind of struggling with, do I just give it the 80 or do I give it a little higher? But I'll give it 80 for now.
Okay.
And
For now.
Yeah. With the knowledge that
this is the only rating that's
we're not doing this again.
You never know. We could lose this.
We just revisit our older movies in like 10 years.
I know. I am curious what I would rate some movies now.
Yeah.
From what I waited them before.
I'm so excited to finally do Friday the 13th because I want to know what we're all gonna rate those.
Yeah.
That's like it's gonna be so much fun to talk about those movies.
Why?
Because they're just so juicy and yes.
Get it out of here.
All right. Well,
all right.
We all enjoyed it. Go and check it out. Go
watch this movie because we want to support them. They really did a good job and we want to give them some support, especially given the fact that there was another movie that came out very similar storyline and unfortunately got the backing enough to be able to get it in theater and everything, and this movie didn't go to theater, so we want to really get this movie the support that it deserves.
Yeah,
for sure.
I want this movie to make more than Afraid did.
Absolutely. So help us out, guys.
Yeah.
Vertigo.
Vertigo. Oh my gosh, Danny was wrong.
Strike Fright. I don't know. I'm on the mailing list for Strike, but I guess Vertigo is another one of the like sub companies or something that they work with. Maybe Strike made the film and Vertigo distributed. I don't know. Either way, go check it out. You'll have to get it on demand right now. I don't think it's on anything streaming other than like, renting it on Prime or something. But either way, go check it out.
It's definitely worth it.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that is it for this portion of the review. We're going to get into spoilers in a moment. Spoiler alert. We're going to get into spoilers for this one. So where do we want to start? Oh, the scene that I had a issue with. Do you guys know what I'm talking about?
I'm trying to think. I can't think of the of like what happens.
I'm thinking you're talking about her, like, I don't remember if she is strangling the little girl or if she's just like on top of her.
Yeah.
But did she have her hand over her mouth or over
I don't know
neck?
that it showed what she was actually doing, but she was on her and it was like the middle of the night or something. And that's when it's like, okay, she's acting kind of crazy, like beyond just saying weird things and kind of doing weird
pushing
things.
Limits.
Yeah, beyond the limits that she was pushing. This was like a full-on attack.
Yeah.
And it was like the next day, nobody mentioned it. And it wasn't really discussed for the rest of the movie. So it's like, that's a pretty big event.
Yeah.
Ever go back to and like try to figure out, they just talked to her normal the next day.
Yeah.
They weren't like, why did you do that, Alice? Come on, Alice.
Well, and the wife didn't even tell, because the wife was the one who found it.
Oh, that's right.
And she didn't even talk to the husband about it.
Yeah, that's right. He didn't know about it.
Yeah.
So
and the daughter didn't ever talk any further about it. So it was kind of like, did they forget that they put that in?
Yeah, maybe there's another scene that was cut that shouldn't have been.
That addressed it.
Like, no, this movie's long enough. We can cut this important.
And they're like, I don't remember why
important scene. I do remember thinking that was kind of weird, like that it was just never talked about again. Yeah. Especially, you would think the little girl, if anybody, would have like been afraid of Alice after that, or at least like it's just,
she didn't show any sort of different feelings. With Alice after. I liked all the stuff like Alice was like reading to her and like like pretty much taking care of her. And then when she went to sleep, that was pretty funny. She just like stands there.
Yeah.
At times, she looked more AI, and then at other times, she looked more human too. Not only just her movements, but her like, I don't know if it was like the makeup or what it was that changed. I feel like it kind of went back and forth a little bit with that. Some of the other AIs, like there was a guy one at one point. I don't know, like it was just varying degrees of like,
but there
looking
were
human, but then other ones not, and you know,
but it where he went to shop for it,
there were
different models, and she was one of the most advanced models. And so it made sense that some of them seemed more robotic than her.
Like the ones at the place that he worked, which was an interesting thing to kind of add to the film, where it was like this commentary on AI taking people's jobs and stuff.
Yeah, that's where I was gonna say earlier. You said there's not like a lot of depth or something. I'm like, I feel like there was some.
Like, there was that. I forgot about that piece. But some of those AIs looked more robotic in the way that they talked.
Those were cheaper ones for sure.
Those are just like do the house cleaning and stuff, kind of robots.
They have no personality.
They weren't and they weren't developed to like be able to like learn certain things and whatever. It was like they just needed to get their work done.
They were just
they just needed to learn their job, and that's all they needed to ever be able to do.
I liked how there were other AIs just out in the world. Like when she was,
when she
took him to the park or something.
Playground.
That was funny.
I
wonder what year,
and how they spoke to each other.
There's no year like established in the movie. I wonder what year that they were thinking of. That this movie was going to take place in, because we're nowhere near that kind of like, we're getting there, but we're not anywhere near like that.
I hope we don't ever get there.
No.
We don't want to get to that level.
No.
Because everybody was just like acting like it was normal. Like this wasn't like a new thing.
Yeah, because there was like a whole store for it.
Yeah.
It's like iRobot for like today's.
It reminded me of that movie, but also The Sixth Day. It reminded me of that movie a lot with the cloning that's in that movie. That's more of like an action.
That's cloning. It's in the same kind of like sci-fi area, but it's cloning. Cloning's a different.
It's different.
Different breed, but
it reminded me of that a little bit. So how, the sex scene, how does that work? How do we like they do this?
There are sex robots. Like there are things built for that. So that may be just a feature that's, I mean, they're not as advanced as Megan Fox is supposed to be, her AI, but I mean, stuff like that does exist in the world.
I just like, all right.
And maybe just added that to her AI.
I don't know. That was kind of weird. Very unrealistic. Like, come on, she's a robot. They did mention.
I mean, she can't get pregnant, but just
there was. I don't know. There's obviously contention between the husband and wife after she finds this out, and he made some sort of comment about how it felt, and it was funny to me. He didn't say like how it felt, but he made a comment like about her being a robot and it feeling weird, like.
a robot, it probably would feel weird.
You're like really thinking about this, like.
Well, after he said that, I was like, yeah, how would you do that? it was I don't know, it was funny.
Oh.
Anyways,
but I mean, it was that one scene in the entire movie. This is not like a
it's not all over the movie.
Sex robot like movie.
Yeah. But it was, a plot, changer for the tension.
And I think that, like, justifying it too, of like, one, she was like, I loved her like response to why she was doing these things. Like, she's like, your heart needs to get to this many beats per minute and whatever. And
I mean, it's science, so
like physiologically you are not doing well, so I need to help you. And I notice that this is something that helps you. And then but then what's interesting is, like, she's super manipulative about it too, in like changing her voice to his wife's voice.
Oh yeah, she did do that.
Where it's interesting because she didn't justify that. Where I could understand, like, I could see her justifying that of, well, I notice when it's your wife's voice talking to you, you respond differently than when it's my voice or whatever. But there wasn't that justification there.
Did he ask about it?
He said at one point, I don't remember if he said it to her or like how it was brought up.
Because she wouldn't need to justify it unless he asked about it.
But I remember at one point, I thought there was one point where he said something.
Yeah, maybe.
And then she would change her voice to the mom's voice when she was reading to the daughter. Which is creepy. Like so creepy. And it reminded me of, and that's what's interesting that you say that the mom was the girl in The Hand That Rocks the Cradle. Because it reminded me of a Hand That Rocks the Cradle type storyline.
Oh yeah, definitely. So it gets kind of crazy toward the end with like the AIs, the like evil AI changes and stuff, and so now they're fighting off like multiple AIs and like, and then they're all like the whole hospital is run by AI, like the doctors and everything.
Yeah,
that was kind of wild.
I mean, even in like this world, that doesn't seem like a very good thing to have, because they judge by like how you're feeling inside. I feel like if they feel like you're gonna die, they're not gonna help you. It's just like because I mean, at least that is kind of like how they did it in iRobot, from what I remember. Like, they help people that are more likely to live. And so if you're less likely to live, I feel like they wouldn't help people. Like, it's just it's not like
they don't have the emotional, the capacity for that. So it's like, okay, you only have a couple years to live, so I'm not gonna help you.
It's not even point. There's no point. It's like that's not helpful for a for a doctor. Like,
you have to program it, in a certain way to, I mean, come on, Joel. Don't you know how to program these AIs?
Program AI. I missed that day in school.
Well, you have to get it to the point of it being able to gain feelings, to be able to empathize.
At that point, you don't want it to. I don't want my AI to gain emotions and feelings, because that's one step closer to it having its own mind and being able to
trying to take over your family and
kill
your baby
eventually.
And then pretty soon they'll be getting like rights and voting and oh my god.
I don't want my AI to vote. We'll get an AI president.
Oh no.
Maybe that's what we need at this point.
Yeah, that'd be better. Oh, man. So yeah, I mean, the man, I can't remember his name, but I feel like he did. Nick,
yeah, it was Nick.
He did a really good job with, trying to be a dad and struggling with it while trying to work, and then his friends and like what to do with that situation, and
having a sick wife,
having a sick wife, and then he's like drinking a lot, and all of that stuff. There was a lot of stuff that was happening with him that was like way more than I was expecting. I wasn't expecting him to get like for him to develop that much. And I thought that scene with when she went to the friend's house and killed him, like I thought that scene was cool.
Yeah, that was super cool.
Yeah, that was awesome. She's like, "You're a problem."
You're
causing Nick stress. So,
and that's when she, it was getting close to that point where she just completely goes off and just goes to the baby, like, "You're causing Nick stress. I must eliminate stress."
Yeah.
And it's like, wow, okay, chill.
Yeah. You don't have to be that subservient. Subservient.
Goes after a whole family.
Yeah.
Too
much stress.
Yeah.
Your heart rate's up.
It's the baby's fault.
Yeah. I forgot about that part.
Yeah.
I mentioned it earlier.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh. With the baby? You said the baby?
I said, yeah, she'll just go and kill. They'll just start killing your babies.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. I didn't connect it to that part of the movie. Anyways, so yeah, I mean, I don't know that there's much more to say as far as spoilers, unless you guys had anything else to add.
The end of the movie was, when we're talking about the Terminator part of this movie, was pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Special effects were insane.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Yeah.
It looked pretty good. And I'm trying to remember like the last scene. Did it end with like the potential of this continuing, or did it end with them like completely shutting it down?
I think it didn't
kind of rebooted, right?
They rebooted it.
Yeah, that's right. It rebooted. So whatever that computer was doing was potentially program these other ones to be all crazy too. So
what's crazy is, and I was thinking about this when I was watching the movie, was that the Megan Fox older version of AI kind of looks like Megan, little girl Megan AI is gonna grow up to be Megan Fox AI. Kind of looks like
Megan. What the heck? This could have been a sequel to Megan.
I know. AI, when AI actually grows up, like.
Oh man.
They, I mean, this could have this feels like it could have been in the Megan universe. Like it's but
it's not too far off.
Back in this movie. Like, come on.
Yeah.
Choosing Afraid over this. It's just a bad choice. I mean, they're full of bad choices anyway, but
yeah.
Yep.
It's all about the money. They might have had to pay too much for this one or something, to get the rights to it. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what they do. They just are like,
they
lowball. Cool movie. Let's throw some money at it, get it in theaters, and make some money from people buying tickets.
But they would have made. I feel like they would have made more money off of this than they did.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, especially with Megan Fox in it.
Yeah.
Like the star actress, and I mean there was John Cho and afraid, but he's not nearly.
No, people are definitely going for Megan Fox more.
Yeah.
And
I mean, he hasn't been famous since Harold and Kumar, and that's been like 20 years. So
hey, he was in The Grudge.
Oh, okay, yeah,
the one that everybody loves.
Yeah, everyone's favorite Grudge movie.
I like him as an actor.
I do too. He's good. He needs to choose better horror movies, but
yeah.
So.
All right.
Weren't there? Sorry. I was gonna say, Dr. Katrina had a couple like scenes she wanted to talk about.
I know, and I can't remember what it was now.
Make it uncomfortable.
The ones that made me uncomfortable. Well, one when she was going to drown the baby.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, she was drowning the baby. That's right. I forgot how she was doing it. Yeah, that was scary.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my gosh, is this gonna happen? Because it almost looked like it was gonna happen.
Yeah.
Like they got pretty far. They went pretty far with it. I was like, whoa,
they definitely did.
This is getting intense.
Yeah, that was tough to watch.
Yeah.
And then the sex scene wasn't. That was the part that was tough for me to watch was like knowing how much he is gonna regret this and know like, oh my gosh, there's no turning back from here. And he really loved his wife, and he was just so distraught. And that was hard. And then her holding the little girl down. And then the fact that they never went back to that was weird. But those were the scenes that were like hard to watch, which were like the emotional scenes.
They evoked emotion for sure.
Yeah.
Probably got your heart rate up a little bit.
Yeah, I think it did. Yeah. I needed some calming down.
All right. That is Subservience. Go check it out, like I said before. And that is the end of this episode.
All right. This has been Scare Talk.
Sleep tight.
Don't let Alice bite.
I like that her name's Alice.